was a lot. Okay. Hello and welcome. I'm Mirai, and today we're going to be picking my July TBR using, of course, my TBR prompts. I have still not finished my books from last month. I have like most of them left, but we still have like a week or so left, so fingers crossed that I'll make it, but probably won't. I've already removed them from my shelf. We're not gonna have any repeats from last month. If I missed some last month, they'll have to roll over or something. I do have a decent number of new books. I got a few new Goodreads giveaways that I won, and I just visited my family, so I brought back all of the City of Bones, and I have like the complete set. I also have, I brought back this complete set from middle school, is like when I got them. So I don't think I finished them. I think I read like the first 3 books of like the City of Bones, the Mortal Instruments series. I might have finished the like Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, Clockwork Princess. I don't know, but I remember next to nothing. I also have the Bane Chronicles and the Shadowhunters Codex here, so a lot of exciting things, but it's not very relevant. I'm just gonna move these. But since I don't have space for all those on my bookshelf yet, I just have City of Bones here as a representative. And a new book of the month book. This isn't new, but some fancy things I got on Amazon. Anyways, I digress. Got sidetracked for a little bit, but we'll see if I pick any of them up. Maybe, maybe not, but let's get into it. Okay. I feel like you can see that I have significantly less prompts than I did to start, which is fantastic because we're making our way through them. I probably still have some winter prompts in here. Hopefully I don't pick those up. An author you've never read. That is a fantastic prompt. I have so many authors on here that I'm excited to read that I haven't yet. This might be a good opportunity to start Stephanie Garber, because I want to read the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, but I've been waiting to read Caraval first. So that is a good option. I'm just gonna take this whole chunk down. I don't think I've read any Catherine Center books. Yeah, I haven't read any Catherine Center books, but I have like all of her books on my list. Or I have a lot of her books on my TBR, so this is a good option. I think I'm leaning towards Caraval just because Caraval and Once Upon a Broken Heart is like a series I've been trying to pick up. So I need to do that. I also really want to read Butcher and Blackbird. I mean, Hannah Brown just wrote a book, so I could read this. And then I've been wanting to read the One Dark Window series. Haven't read a Rachel Gillig book, also an option. And Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I have read like a chapter of one of her other books, just because it was on Kindle Unlimited, but I didn't actually finish it. So that is an option. I always do this. I pick up all these books, and then I'm like, I might just go with the first book I picked up, because I feel like it's been on my shelf the longest. It was like one of the first books that I bought in this new season of reading that I've been in, so I feel like I have to read Caraval. It's just the obvious choice. But like, all these books are books I feel like I pick up every time, like for every single prompt. I just really want to read every single one of them, so okay. That was a great first prompt. Next we have a book about a subject I am passionate about. So when I wrote this, I was thinking of Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis. Passion seems like a weird word to use, but I do really like chemistry. So I think it's the most interesting subject, like in school, if I had to pick one. So leaning towards Lesson in Chemistry. I'm just gonna try to glance over the shelves to see if I remember any other passions of mine. Nothing else really makes sense. So I'm gonna stick with lessons in chemistry, read a book, not about chemistry, but she is a chemist. And it's like a historical fiction book. It's the early 1960s, and she's at an all-male team at a research institute. An intelligent woman who is a chemist, doing amazing in her field at a time when chemistry was largely dominated by men, so that's very exciting to read about. I guess that's also something else to be passionate about. Woman. Okay. Oxymoron in the title. I know when I wrote this I was thinking of a book, but I don't remember what book I was thinking about, so. Does this count as an oxymoron? Happily never. I don't know if it's an oxymoron or just because, like, you expect it to be happily ever after, but it's happily never after. I don't know. Is Paradise Problem an oxymoron? It feels like a little closer than some other options. I feel like Paradise Problem is more of an oxymoron than happily never after. If I had to pick. This is kind of hard. I'm gonna go with Paradise Problem because I think it is the closest to an oxymoron, in my opinion. I forget what this is about. So, the heir of a grocery train, like a super rich heir of a grocery train, marries a free-spirited artist to subsidize her family housing while she's at college. Yeah, so these two folks marry because she wants to pay for her housing, I guess, and she gets money for that from him marrying him, I guess. I don't know. And what he gets out of it is in his inheritance clause. Like, to get his inheritance, he has to be happily married for 5 years. They have to do a bit of fake dating to convince this wealthy dude's family that they are happily married. Something to that effect. Looks fun. Oh, you have 2 Book of the Month books. That is very exciting. This is actually my first Book of the Month book. Fun fact. Anyways. Okay, next we have work rivals trope. That's like a little too specific, I feel like, for the books I have on my shelf. Okay, this definitely isn't work rivals. Whistleblower? I don't think any of the books on my shelf really hit the work rivals trope. Let me see if I can find something on Libby. Ooh, there's Book Lovers by Emily Henry. There's also a Lucy Score book, By a Thread. I really like Emily Henry, so I kind of wanted to buy all of the books that I read from her, but I guess I could read Book Lovers without buying it first, and then I can just buy it later. So I'll either do Book Lovers by Emily Henry or Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. I can definitely get Practice Makes Perfect. I might not be able to get Book Lovers because it has like a 5-week wait. I might be able to like just barely squeeze it into July. It really depends on how quickly people return their books. So Practice Makes Perfect is about this girl who is running a flower shop in she's running a flower shop in Rome, Kentucky. She wants to find someone who complements her happy, quiet life. And then the male love interest is a bodyguard for her brother. And then the bodyguard gets roped into helping our protagonist find the love of her life, which he does not want to do. Seems like a bit of a stretch for workplace rivals. It's not really work rivals. So Book Lovers is about Nora, who is a literary agent, and Charlie, who's a bookish, brooding editor. And they've met many times, and it's never been cute. So that seems a little more like it would be along lines of work rivals. So I'm going to try to get Book Lovers, but if I don't get it, I'll read Practice Makes Perfect. We'll see what happens. Okay, last one. A book that features dragons. Well. Well. I guess we're reading Iron Flame. Yeah, I feel like this is the only book I have that features dragons right now. And it's perfect because I need to read this. I've already read Fourth Wing. I absolutely loved it. So I'm gonna read the second book. I have heard from one of you who commented on my video that the ending has a massive cliffhanger that is very frustrating. But I think the third book comes out early 2025. So I don't have to wait a full year at least. I might just pick one more because of the one I picked off of Not My Shelf is a little iffy. So let's just this isn't gonna work either. I picked a Bildungsroman. Bildungsroman. Oh my goodness. Such hard prompts. My goodness. I don't think any of my books qualify. If you didn't know, a Bildungsroman, whatever, is like a coming of age story. I don't know if I have that. Is Magnolia Park's a coming of age story? Is Dune a coming of age story? This one's about boarding school. Does that count? I don't think that's the point of this book. I'm just gonna skip that one. I'm gonna give up on that. Okay. I got a book with fire on the cover. Iron Flame has fire on the cover. I already picked that though. Guys, this is too difficult. I think this is a sign that I'm done. We have a sun on the cover. I don't know if that counts, but... Oh gosh! I got it. Christine. We got a book with fire on the cover. Finally. This is about these high school kids who decide to buy this worn down car named Christine. And, you know, it changes their luck. They end up becoming more popular. The car has a past, a mysterious and murderous past that they, I guess, need to uncover or something. The car is the murderer, essentially, is what Christine is. A murderous car. Okay. Oh my goodness. That was a lot. Okay. We have our 5 books plus a potential 6th book if we read a workplace romance, which I probably will read. This is what we have for our July TBR. Not as summery as June, but it's okay because I'm still reading the June books. We will see how far we get through these books. I think this is a good mix. We got some thriller, some fantasy, some romance, some historical fiction, romantasy, all that good stuff. Okay. Every time I film a TBR, I'm like, I'm gonna do this quick. We're gonna be in, we're gonna be out, we're gonna be done. And every time I get these prompts that I can't make my mind up about. And I just take the longest time trying to figure out what book I want to read. But yeah, I feel like I definitely wouldn't have picked up these books next if I hadn't picked them with my prompts. So very exciting. That's all for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!